Happy to have you back, ladies and gentlemen, in this research methodology program and course. We were talking about that part of the research process is that we conduct literature review. And literature review is actually the basis where when we calibrate our objectives, our research question, we go back and maybe, let's say, put the problem statement of the research and so on. This means that we need to really make sure that what we are reviewing in the research, and for that we need to remember it is not only a literature, let's say, understanding. You are reviewing the literature, you are criticizing the literature, so you are creating a critique, and you are referring to the knowledge of in a particular area which you are investigating. So you're going to be an expert in 2 weeks, 3 months, 1 year in a specific discipline, on a specific part of a discipline, and a part of a concept, or a part of, for example, a study in that others has maybe put for their long time of their life studying this area. By collecting this, it means you're gonna actually start to see what is the specific knowledge you need in your study. So, for example, whether you need to have again a knowledge that show a specific area that is really undermined, or it was not carried properly in this research. So this is why you do a literature review. Literature review also can be defined according to Borg as a literature in any field that forms the foundation upon which all the future work will be built on. All your work will be built around the literature review. So even when you do your objectives, you're going to refer to the literature review, or your literature review should address your objectives, because your data collection, your study, your discussion, your conclusion will be also linked to the literature review, or what others has done and what you are adding as a contribution. So your contribution, your the implication of the study, all will be based on the literature review and what you are adding. So if we fail to build the foundation of knowledge provided by the literature review, our work is likely to be shallow. In order to show that our work is adding value, we need to show what is the previous literature has said about that. Okay, for example, we worked a lot in Gaza Resilience Lab. We found some literature that has been done in the previous war. I'm talking about the lab that we did for the year from 2023, October 2023 till October 2025, 2 years. This lab was focused on Gaza, studying what can help Gaza to be more resilient, and putting lots of, again, research questions to address certain objectives of our study. Now we found that there is a shallow data in this area, specifically relevant to the latest war. So we started to collect data and link it also to the previous studies of previous wars in Gaza. So this is, for example, help us to, again, make sure that our contribution is really not shallow. It is a major contribution that make a difference to the humanity. Others say that practically all human knowledge can be found in books and libraries. Unlike other animals that must start anew each time or each generation, humans can build upon the accumulated and recorded knowledge of the past. So it is a constant, let's say, drive, so that we can store knowledge and make sure that we can progress humanity and address our human endeavor. So the function of the literature review is supposed to bring clarity and focus to our research problem. It's supposed to improve our methodology, because once we do a literature review, we study our the methodology of others, what they have done. We're supposed to broaden our knowledge, okay, in this area, and we are supposed to contextualize our finding over time. So it means that we need to improve our finding over time. And this is what take us to how we can bring clarity and focus to our research problem. Because of, again, the proper problem statement that we can bring from literature review, or before based on our experience, and because of our specific objectives and sub-objectives, Now we shall supposed to ask about the clarity of our research, and this means that we need to review the literature that help us to understand the subject area better, so that we become expert of matter, as they say, and thus helps to conceptualize the research problem clearly and precisely. Now, in inspiration economy, we are not supposed only to do a literature review from while we are sitting in a specific community and we want to tackle a certain issue in a specific community, but supposed to go to the community and do again our let's say field research that will help us to address the gap in the literature review. So the literature review will help us to understand the relationship between our research problem and the body of knowledge that we are talking about. And this requires that we really think in a different way. It means that we need to improve our research methodology. We need to ask what is the problem that we are facing, and that we need to address in a proper way. And we need to again position the proper methodology that is suitable for this type of research question. I think I will stop here and continue with you next time. Thank you very much.